Yeah. You ready? Nah, I mean, is you ready? Am I ready for war?
About 4 G's for 12 of these. With conspiracies, Facebook for 20 feet. And neither job turkeys or chickens on the real bees. In the projects is well informed.
Wise man,
And every project's got a cold scope.
They ready for war. Fitting all blacks as a trooper. Plan, plot, strategize, crucial. Gotta pick a side, no neutral. In the middle of a war as usual. Watch your back, they shoot. If your ops drop, better keep it moving. All we do is win, no losing. In the middle of a war as usual. In the middle of a war as usual. In the middle of a war as usual. Plan, plot, strategize, crucial. In the middle of a war as usual.
Come up, we doing anything not to sleep on our dreams, and that's by any means necessary. You got a plan to be legendary. Hustle hard so bad times are just temporary. Even though the road is dark and can be very scary, you gotta see what they can't see. Visionary. You out here trying to change the game, so yeah, your people gonna say that you change. Characters not the same. If you want the world to remember your name, keep it off a t-shirt and just switch up your lane. The gears change when your drive is better than the competition. Keep your ambition, fuck the world as we switch in positions. Be afraid to take a loss. That's just a part of the cost. Hustle so hard you gotta fire your boss, cause that's
Hustler is never done. They gon' say you change when you level up. Sometimes when you on the grind, you gotta leave all things behind.
Had a talk with myself and I finally listened. Death around the corner, but success is in the distance. Hustle harder with persistence, just what niggas missing. You waiting, it ain't coming, then you got to go and get it. Pay it a visit, pull up on it. Don't fold under pressure, boss up in them tough moments. Big bread and butter, what some bosses, may they rise again. Oh yeah, we took a couple losses, now it's time to win. Back on my grind again, they got to give me mine. You got to jump some hurdles just to reach the finish line. I went from trying to get the block to now the city's mine. I want the world cause I could lose my life at any time. And I ain't scared of that, cause I'm ahead of that. Knowing I can't take everybody where I'm headed at. Start from the bottom, hard work paying off. Went from the middleman to being the boss, now that's a boss move.
Don't work up, a hustler is never done. They gon' say you change when you level up. Sometimes when you on the grind, you gotta leave all things behind and do what bosses do. Do what the bosses do. You gotta sacrifice if you wanna move like bosses move.
I gotta grind so I can shine. And I ain't stopping till my name is on the dotted line. And I ain't stopping till I'm whole to get a piece of mind. And I ain't stopping till them angels say I'm out of time. Perfect precision, another dimension. Rising to the top of mountains, I'm talking ascension. And ain't no shortage of them haters proceed with intention. Do what's best for you, and damn, I neglected to mention. Niggas gon' hate on you, silly bitches gon' flake on you. A lot of heavy lifting, stop thinking people gon' wait on you. First we all agreed and now everybody debating you, berating you, looking for reasons to lose faith in you. But that's the life, all the way to the top. Niggas gotta pay for tickets on this flight, and it's non-stop. So I'ma win and I'ma brush across the loss, cause if I get on the floor, I lost, cause I'm a boss.
The work of a hustler is never done. They gon' say you change when you level up. Sometimes when you on the grind, you gotta leave all things behind and do what bosses do. Do what the bosses do. You gotta sacrifice if you wanna move like bosses move.
Yeah, you gotta be ready to make that boss move, man. Talk to him. Can't be standing still. Can't be waiting on nobody. You gotta have that boss's view. You gotta see what the bosses see. Yeah. You gotta view it how the bosses view it. Ain't no sense of standing around and waiting. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about?
Major shout out to Captain Shawar.
Tribes.
Shout order.
DJ Rick.
Would like to become a trooper? No cowards. Start by wearing all black boots, no excuses, man. Headbands or scarves. With that, we say Amajim. Black headband, scarf, and some black jeans. Black shirt, black boots, or some black rings. I be in that all black with a black team. Black strap. That's black, and that's a black ass fact. Black on the scene, you know who I be. I'm black with a vengeance, nigga, I want everything. Black is my blood type, I got black all in my jeans. That's why black bitches love me, they be trying to stem me up. I ain't got no C's, that bitch Billie Jean. Why they be gassing me up like some chili beans in a black SUV, picking up the VIP. You can't see in the with the window black like limousines. And strapped to the teeth, no you can't intervene. To rock 12 and 10, never trust your enemies. That's some soldier shit, that's why your preacher never showed you this. We be catching bodies, y'all be catching Holy Ghost and shit. If you gon' cross the line, nigga, cross the line then. Me and my soldiers well equipped, shit can get violent. I ain't get my rank for nothing, I had to put time in. I got it out all black and study my man in my black headband, scarf, and some black jeans. Black shirt, black boots, or some black rings. I be in that all black with a black team. Black man, black strap, black everything. Black strap. That's a black ass tag. Black, and that's a black ass fact. Now am I right or wrong? Niggas should love their own. Should've been that way all along. It shouldn't take a song, but niggas carry on. They done forgot the code. They rather make these crackers love their ass. What the fuck these niggas on? I was taught to never be deceived by the heart. Then I was taught to never deviate from what was taught. These Breakfast Club niggas sweeter than a Pop-Tart. And Charlamagne, God, don't make me start. These niggas playing games. I'ma show you how to start. Turning men into soldiers with cause became an art. Had to lead a Christian church way back, cause it's the mark. You can't fool me with that white Jesus, my king dark. Wake up in the morning and I need my coffee black. Turn around and kiss my bitch good morning and she black. Told her I'ma go and get this money, I'll be black. And this ain't no cap, you can even ask Cap. I be in that all black headband, scarf, and black jeans, black shirt, boots, and black ease. I be in that all black with a black team. Black man, black strap, black everything. Black strap, that's a black ass fat. Black. Go to upklwear.com.
Rude. The one and only DJ Rick Rude.
Slocky, sir, I can't hear you. Slocky, sir.
I'm glad you said something. Hey, shalom, Yabashim Sharagatham. It's the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Can you hear me now? Ba. Can you hear me now? All right. Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. All right. I was trying to get the War as Usual banner up, but since we ain't War as Usual every Tuesday night, Officer Tawashab, Officer Aitazab, Officer Lapayad gets it in. We're gonna wear their clothes tonight, right? So the scripture breakdown was what we do every Monday night. If you're over on YouTube, you'll see the War as Usual podcast across the top. Y'all make sure y'all tune in, support the brothers. Even played the intro. They got some automatic stuff going on here for the premium price. Nishak joint came in and played the intro. It's got an outro set up to go, and this ain't even War as Usual, but it's War as Usual anyway. Isupk Florida Precinct Officer Kazak Damar out here every Monday night. That's what we do. Try to break down the scriptures best I can. If I don't got the answer, I'm gonna go get it for you. Y'all see I got my Frederick Douglass going on tonight, y'all. Frederick. And what we gonna do is if y'all have any questions, y'all can put them in the chat. I'll see what I can do to break that down. Anything you wanted to know about the Bible that your pastor would not teach you, This is what we do every Monday night, 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock. If you're in Jacksonville in the 103rd Library, come on by. It ain't raining no more. All right? My brother's down there at the school. Drop on by. Go and give them the address in the shop.
Colonel Khan, sir, 1628 Avenue E, Riviera Beach.
In the Raw. Y'all make sure y'all stop by. Know what I'm saying? So the brothers can teach y'all how to serve the Lord properly. Right. Your pastor in that church, your grandmama, none of them know nothing about God. That's why Hebrews chapter 5, verse 12 say what it says, God of war. You mind grabbing that for me?
Come on. Hebrews 12 and 5 and 12. 5 and 12. Okay,
Hebrews 5 and 12.
Whenever you're ready, sir.
Whenever you're ready.
Come on. The book of Hebrews chapter 5, verse 12. For the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of God, and are become such as have need of milk and not of strong meat.
Oh, man. I believe it's probably something going on with this internet. Bear with me. I don't like that. It's hold on 1 second. See if I can do this again. See if I can do this again. Hold on. Makeup in the morning, and then I need my coffee black. Wake up in the morning, and I need my coffee black.
Yeah, exit it out.
Oh, he jumped up?
Yeah, he jumped up.
Let's see what we got going on. Man. All right, let's try it again, Gabawar. Let's see what we're doing.
Come on. The book of Hebrews chapter 5, verse 12. For the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of God.
Yeah.
And are become such as have need of milk and not of strong meat.
It's a time. Let me see. Hey, so can you hear me?
Come on.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we got like a 5-second lag, so you're gonna have to bear with me. I don't know what's going on. All right. Either way, Hebrews chapter 5, it comes a time where you ought to be teachers. You have need that one teach you again the first principles of the oracles of God. Now, you might ask, what does that mean? What is the first principles of the oracles of God? The first principles of the oracles of God are the Most High and what he wants you to know in order to serve him correctly at his most basic stance. Like a lot of times when people be trying to teach the Bible, they want to get all deep. They want to take you out to Never Land and talk to you about things you can't understand. But Christ said, unless you become one of these children, you will in no wise enter into the kingdom of heaven. What did he mean by that? Right? The Most High chose the simplicity of preaching in order to save the people. The wisdom of this world is foolishness to the Lord.
He would destroy the wisdom of this world with simplicity. What in the world is he talking about? Thou shalt not. It's as simple as that. You want power and might and strength and dominion in this world, do what the hell the Lord say to do. It's just that simple. And they don't teach you this. You go to church all that time, you get that preacher all that money. He won't even tell you Jesus is black. He won't even tell you that you really the chosen people of God. He won't even tell you that, you know, the Lord came and died for only one group of people, and that's the people that everybody on the planet hates. But it's all in the Bible. What are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? So at a time where you ought to be teachers, you have need that one teach you again. Is because everything they ever told you about God, about Jesus, about the Bible was a lie. Now you got to start from scratch. Christ also said, don't take new wine and put it in the old bottles. You know what I'm saying? You take new wine and put it in the old bottles, and the bottle's going to break.
Right.
That's not what you're trying to do. What you want to do is take this new wine that you got and put it in a new bottle, and now you present yourself. Give me Romans 12:1. Oh man. Shalom. Yeshaya, I got Officer Yeshaya in the building, Officer Shabbat in the building, Officer Gabawar in the shop. Hey, this is what I need. I need Nashak. Oh, he walked away.
Yeah, so like I'm going to go get it real quick.
All right. Officer Kaz, when he get back, let him know on mute that I need him to get everybody in Florida in this class. Give them the order. Just give them the order. They already supposed to be here, so they can't act like they don't know. Everybody's supposed to be in this class. Hey, Shalom Halak. Shalom Akaz. I got the sisters. The sisters always here. Bayana, Yana Kwas, Yakala. I got Sister Ruby. Sister Ruby, you in Jacksonville. I'm not quite sure who you are, but you can check in. Shayara, Panama City's in the building. That's what's up. All right, let's get it cracking. Give me Romans chapter 12. So in a time where you ought to be teachers, you have need that one teach you again first principles of the oracles of God, and have one that have become in need of milk and not a strong meat. Right? Hey, mute that. Can you mute that up, Gabawar? We got a class going on here. Salakia. Yeshaya, you got that Romans 12:1?
Cut on Khan, sir. This is the book of Romans. Salakia. This is the book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God.
I'm coming to you by the mercy of the Most High. Right? By the mercy of the Most High. Keep going.
Come on, Khan. That ye present your bodies a living sacrifice.
A living sacrifice. That you present to the Most High your body as a living sacrifice. That's what you need to be doing. In other words, everybody want to sacrifice goats and talk about the sacrifices of Christ. Since Christ sacrificed his life, now it's you should present yourself, your body, as a living sacrifice. What that mean? I belong to the Most High. The things that I do, what I do with my time, what I do with my body, what I do, everything that I do, it belongs to the Most High. You ever heard the scripture where he say, "Don't join a harlot unto Christ"?
Come on.
Yeah, Yeshaya, I might have been at one point crazy enough to make that mistake. Damn. Don't do it. Do not join a harlot to Christ. If you are part of the body of Christ, then you need to make sure that everything you do is for the glory of the Most High. That is your what he said at the end of that, which is your what?
Come. Holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service.
which is your reasonable service. You start talking to these Old Testament Israelites, they be like, the law, statutes, and commandments, and you doing this and all, you do it. Listen, that's where it started at. That's where it started at with the law, statutes, and commandments. What you mean by that, Kazak? Oh, you got more to do than that. You got to check the spirit behind you keeping the law, statutes. What you mean? At one time, I sat in my house, me and my rib, and we kept the Passover at my house by myself. Me and us, just us. We had our little lamb gobble war. I ain't know what bitter herbs was, so I put lemon pepper on the joint. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying. Okay. It's better than going to Easter. It's better than going to Easter service. You feel me?
Right.
I was an individual like Isupk, when the Lord said, gather yourselves together, O nation, not desired. Hear what I'm saying to you. The law, statutes, and commandments that you claim you keeping, it don't mean nothing until you doing it with your family. What you mean? It ain't good enough under Yahushua for me to just be keeping the law, statutes. That's where you start at. You present your body as a living sacrifice. That's just your reasonable service. Oh, you got other work to do, brother. Now you got to gather yourselves together. Remember what he told Peter. Somebody give me Satan has desired to have you and sift you as wheat. Somebody give me that. If I could, Trooper Mashah, shalom. Hey.
Shalom, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh, Ba'ashem.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh, Ba'ashem. Hey, so anybody got any questions? Go ahead and put them in the chat. Let me check Beagle. I ain't checked Beagle. I don't think there's no questions in there. No questions. Nope. All right, cool. All right. No questions in the chat on YouTube.
Slavian.
Yep.
Come on, Council. I got like a couple questions if you don't mind.
You got a couple questions. That boy will come to class with a couple. This is how you come to class. Officer Yeshaya is gonna know more than me at some point. And I'm gonna sit in his class and call him sir. Lord allow.
That's our Christ.
Most time Christ.
Pass that work off.
That's right.
Hey, you hear with this shot? You hear with this shot?
I hear you. I hear you.
He gonna know so much. He gonna teach me. Now, what's your question? Now, let's get to it.
Come on, Council. I got a question. I just wanted to ask a question. There's two questions in 2 Kings, chapter 17.
Is that the split? 2 Kings
17?
Come on, Council.
It's where the start of the gentrifying starts.
2 Kings chapter 17, what verse?
Verse 10. Verse 10 is just well, there's never a quick answer, but I wanted to know about
what's your question?
Come on, Council. I just wanted to know. It mentions a lot the every green tree when we were worshiping on the high places. That because it's mentioned quite a bit. That every green tree, is it something similar to the almost like the Babylonian worship of the Christmas tree? Or was that just a?
All right, let's go ahead and read it. Give me verse 7. Start at verse 7.
Come on, Council. This is the book of 2 Kings, chapter 17, verse 7. For it was so that
if
the children of Israel. Slag, sir.
Go ahead, keep going.
that the children of Israel had sinned against the Lord their God, which had brought them up out of the land of Egypt from under the hand of Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, and had feared other gods. Verse 8.
So for it was that the children of Israel had sinned against the Lord their God, which had brought them out of the land of Egypt from under the hand of Pharaoh the king. So now the Most High do all of this, right? Bring us out of Egypt, right? Drowns the most dominant and powerful army on the planet for the Israelites. And look what we did in return. Sinned against him. That's what we did. Think about this for a minute. Because a lot of people think when we saying we Israelites, we be bragging like we better than everybody and all of that. But if you really look at the Bible, because the Bible is so honest and truthful about who we are, the Bible don't sugarcoat the fact that we went against the Most High. We was the only people he gave these laws to, and we never followed them. Think about that for a minute. Right. You only have I known all people on the earth, therefore I will punish you. What? Leroy, your daddy in this scenario. Leroy is your daddy. Leroy don't care about nobody kids but them Leroy kids. You out there showing your behind in the streets. You are misrepresenting Leroy. Right. Everybody else kids can do what they want to. You Leroy kids. Y'all understand what I'm saying? When he say y'all profane my name in front of the heathen, it's because you supposed. I don't know if y'all you had a father that said you a Johnson. You ain't like them. You a Johnson. You a Green. Whatever your last name is, put it there. You one of them. You can't act like everybody else. Well, guess what we did? Went out there and act like everybody else. And the Bible is truthful about that. The Bible is truthful about that, right? And that's what it's telling us. The Most High saved us out of Egypt, got us from up under that bondage, and the first thing we did was want to go be like the other nations. So here it is in 2 Kings. It's telling you why Israel fell. Why Israel fell, it starts with this. For it was so that the children of Israel sinned against the Most High, which brought them out of the land of Egypt from under the hand of Pharaoh and had feared other gods. So they worshipped other powers, other idols. Go ahead to verse 8.
And walked in the statutes of the heathen, whom the Lord cast.
This is the part you want, Yeshaya. Walked in the statutes of the heathen. Remember, what was Adam and Eve's fall came? Partaking and eating off trees that they were not supposed to. What are the trees? The other people who are not chosen by the Most High. The cedar of Lebanon. You get what I'm saying? Babylon. The trees are people. I say that all the time because they get on people's nerves who don't understand. The trees are people. I think I did that a couple of weeks ago in this class, right? Blessed is the man that walks not in the counsel of the ungodly, for he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, right?
Psalms 1.
All right, good. You see people mentioned as trees in the Bible. It's a metaphor. So now you walked in the statutes of the heathen. Keep going.
Whom the Lord cast out from before the children of Israel. And the king of Israel, which they had, and of the kings of Israel, which they had made.
So the Most High got rid of these other nations and got them from before our face. And here we are walking in their statutes and living by their rules. Just imagine we get out of America and we still walking in America's rules. We still allowing the LGBTQ community in the Holy Land. The Lord give us the land and we still going by the rules that America set. That all men are created equal. Well, guess what? All people ain't gonna be created equal in the kingdom of God. Y'all know that, right?
Right.
Boy, if y'all would do everything that I told you to do and follow all these statutes and these judgments, then I will place you on high above all nations on the face of the planet. That's not equality. That's not equality. The Most High said that you will be a part, or Christ said you will be a part of the 144,000, which is the government that rules under Christ. Everybody ain't gonna be a part of that, right? Then you have the children of Israel, who are the Lord's chosen people. Then you have everybody else who are second and third class citizens up under them. It's rank, order, and structure and everything. I have you know that Christ is the head of every man, the man is the head of the woman, and God is the head of Christ. That's in the Bible.
Right.
Everything got structure, order. It's only these heathens that want everything all meshed up together. It's confusion. It's confusion. The Lord has separated us and done. Yeah.
No, if I make sure what you just said is real heavy.
What's going on?
Like, can you hear me, sir?
Come on in. Come on in. Yeah, loud and clear.
Come on. So, these heathens, especially, Esau, he make everybody, all the other nations think they need to be together, and, and while he sits over top of them, you know what I mean? That's it. He want to be over the top of everybody else, and everybody else, dwell together while he's on top.
Exactly. Yeah, he wants you to. This is what if you go to First Maccabees, right? You'll see Alexander the Greek come out the caves, and he started reigning and killing and pillaging and taking over and ruling over kings and all of this. And that's one of the first things Antiochus and all of them did, is they made everybody be a decree to be one nation, have one religion, and everybody got to put away their stuff. That was the Greeks. That was the Greeks. Go ahead, Gabawar.
But Salaki, sir, isn't that the same thing that Nimrod did as well, too, sir?
He was trying to bring everybody together, right? But he was going to be the ruler.
Right.
They'll tell you right now in America, one nation under God, indivisible. Indivisible. Right. That means you cannot divide us.
Right.
Liberty and justice for all. That started with Nimrod. It went to the Greeks. That's the other nation's culture.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Israel is get down or lay down. King David wasn't having it.
Right.
He put Edomites in chains. He put stop stations where they, like, how they have substations in the hood. He had garrisons in the Moabite territories and in different nations' territory. You can't move without me knowing where you going. Where you going? Don't play with David. Well, they had a song about David. David was worse than Julio Fulio. David killed thousands. Talk about you talk about some type of music. Y'all talk about the music they be playing, drill. Oh, David had drill music, drill songs wrote by him. He did not play the radio.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But back to what we was reading in 2 Kings, we went against it, and what we did was we went out and did what the heathen said do, whom the Lord cast out. So he got rid of these people, but now we keeping their customs. Go ahead to verse 9.
Khan, verse 9. And the children of Israel did secretly those things that were not right against the Lord their God. And they built them places in all their cities, from the tower of the watchman to the fenced city.
I don't know if you heard, if you've seen it, but it says, and the children of Israel did secretly those things that were not right against their Lord, their God, and they built high places in all their cities. What do they mean by high places? Anybody know? Is it a sin to build a building?
Nah, sir. Oh, slow.
So what do they mean by built high places? What does that mean?
Would it be slow?
Go ahead.
Would it be synonymous for like being in and whoever the heathen was at the time would be synonymous, be like being in their ranks, like being in positions of authority.
Let me ask you this: What are the pyramids?
Burial grounds.
Anybody know? Burial grounds. Inside those pyramids are dead people. Them big funeral homes. Right? The king died. Everybody, all his court, everybody getting killed so they can go and serve him in the afterlife. The dogs got to go too. Did y'all know that? I ain't know nothing about none of this craziness until Captain Tazariak started battling them Egyptologists. They would, all right, so the king has servants in real life. The pharaoh died. All his servants got to die too so they can go serve him in the afterlife.
Right.
He got a big pyramid that's to worship him as a god. Right? So now they done got out of Egypt, but they still building these high places to reverence these powers, these idols that were not God, even though the Lord brought them up out of there. You see what I'm saying?
Come
on.
Salaki.
Yeah. So
would it be?
Yeah, go ahead.
Would it be similar to the scripture where it says that Israel? I think it's in the book of Exodus where it says that the Israelites basically built Pharaoh treasure cities.
That was where it started at, but this is saying even when he got us up out of Egypt, we still was building the same type of buildings and structures. Like it's almost like what I keep saying. I don't know if y'all know this, right? But in the same way that the Israelites came up out of Egypt, and once they got into the wilderness, they was like, dang, this nigga Moses brought us out here to die. They wanted to go back. They was like, at least in Egypt, we had flesh pots. We ain't have to eat this manna. This, you know what I'm saying? Like we had food. It's gonna be some niggas that's doing the same thing when America falls. They're gonna be mad because their food stamp card ain't working. They're gonna be mad because they can't scam for another PPP loan. They're gonna miss all of the stuff that they had in America instead of understanding that this thing has to fall in order for the Lord to raise up his kingdom. This kingdom can't stand alongside the Lord's kingdom. It don't work like that. Who is this? Hold on, wait a minute. Shalom, Yahweh Hashem, Yahushua, Barakatah, Elder Charles, checking in, residing in Jacksonville. Now, this is the third person that I seen in Jacksonville that I don't know. Y'all, welcome to the class. The number is in the thing. Call me right after class. Let me know who y'all is. I need to know so I don't think y'all trolling or anything like that. All right? We do got family, and I would rather y'all be a part of the family. We also got enemies. So I want to make sure. You know what I'm saying? The purple dudes be spoofing Nashak. They be pretending to be, they be catfishing people. Yeah, doing all kind of stuff. So I want to make sure it's a brother and sisters that's coming in here and not just, you know what I'm saying, some people, especially in Duval. Y'all know how it is. If y'all in the city, y'all know how it is. So let's just make sure. Hey, y'all here. Y'all got any questions? Put them in the chat. We answer everything. And if I don't got the answer, then now you giving me some homework to do, which gives me a reason to live. You feel me? All right, let's go to verse 10 you wanted to get to.
Come on, so verse 10. And they set them up images and groves in every hill. So every high hill and under every green tree.
So this is talking about the children of Israel worshiping idols. Now, what they would do customary is set these idols on a pinnacle. They would build up high places like don't know. Y'all ever seen that picture? It's let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. I'm gonna show y'all something real quick. Yeah. Might take me a second. Bear with me. Y'all ain't gonna be able to see it on Bigo unless I share my screen. All right. Let me see. Y'all see this? Hold on, y'all. Can y'all see this real quick? Can y'all see this?
Law, sir.
Really? Hold on. Oh, I know why. I gotta add it to the stage. Salakia. Let's make it big. Can y'all see that?
Yes, sir.
Come on.
It's the statue in Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It ain't big though on here, is it? It's big on y'all screen?
Law.
Not sir, but we can see it.
All right. This statue in Brazil, if you could see it, oh man. If you could see it, it sits on a pinnacle. You see how it's up and you got a mountain behind it, right? If you can see right there at the feet, the people that's under it are so small up under this statue. This is the same thing they were doing back in them days. They built this statue of white Jesus as an idol for everybody to look at and be like, look at amazement. Like this is God to them. This is God. But they was doing the same thing. When you go back into the Bible, they had big things of Baal in a similar manner, except he had his hands forward and they would get it hot and they would put their children in there and children would burn up and all to serve the god Baal. I believe it's Baal. Might be another god. It's so many idols that the children of Israel worshipped, right? I don't know why they didn't show big, but anyways, this is what they're talking about. Now, when it says under every green tree, it's twofold, right? So these big major trees that they have, they would build idols on these trees so that they would stand up over the people and you would look up at them, right? And also, this is symbolic of them being up under the other nations. For instance, when you see that Adam and Eve, once they sin, what they do? They hide. They put these leaves over themselves to cover themselves, right? That's symbolic of them hiding amongst the other nations, because you feel at home and safe up under that tree, like the Lord can't see you. If you go right now and you're amongst the other nations, who did we get high with? The other nations.
Right.
Who did we, the things that we don't do as Israelites? You can feel safe. Oh, just be yourself. Everybody can be who they want to be. The other nations teach that crap. We don't teach that. We teach that the Lord say this, you do that. That's what you do. They all about freedom of expression and freedom of belief and freedom of and equality and all this other stuff. That's not Israelite culture. However, in this time, that's why the Israelites failed, following after the other nations. This is how it was explained to me. Captain Constance, I say, if you just do the opposite of the white man, you'll be keeping majority of the laws by default. You ain't even got to know him. Whatever he say pork is the other white meat, you know something wrong with it. don't eat it. He say lobster is delicacy. You know something wrong. Don't he say LGBTQ is an alternative lifestyle. You know something wrong. Anything that he put a number on. Now they got what they call it, dry January. Look it up. They want you to be sober for the beginning part of January, so you could go be a disgusting drunkard and a drug addict the rest of the year. It's crazy. Anyways, here's the point. That's what it's talking about, being up under every green tree. They would put these images up on these high places, and a lot of times the trees would be the tallest thing that you would see. All right? Deuteronomy chapter 7, it tells you what to do with these images and these groves. Let's go there real quick for the people who might not have ever seen it. Deuteronomy chapter 7. What verse? Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 5. Read that.
Come. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 5. Okay. But thus shall he deal with them. He shall destroy their altars and break down their images and cut down their groves and burn their graven images with fire.
Now think about this, right? We was just in 2 Kings. This is after this. They already have specifics on how they deal with the other nations. Don't deal with them. Don't marry them. Don't make no covenants with them. Don't go into unto them. Don't give your sons to their daughters, and don't give your daughters to their sons. Cut down their images. Burn their groves. Kill their idols. Know what I'm saying? Tear down everything. And in 2 Kings, you see us doing all of that. You get it, Yeshaya?
Come. Tu other one.
Hey, Most High in Christ. Anybody else got any questions? Let me see if I missed the question.
Come.
Go ahead, the one.
Come. Shalom, Isupk. So I wanted a breakdown of the book of Revelations, chapter 8 and verse 8, sir.
You said what?
The book of Revelations, chapter 8 and 8. I wanted a breakdown. Specifically, I wanted a breakdown.
Revelation, what chapter?
Chapter 8 and verse 8, sir.
All right, Revelations 8 and 8. What's your question about it?
Come. I really wanted a breakdown on the end part of the verse where it says, "In the third part of the sea became blood." I wanted a breakdown to understand on what does that mean. Is that literal or figurative language?
All right, so here's what you got to understand about Revelation. And this is the reason why every time I come to Revelations, right? If it ain't one that I ain't asked 100 times, I'm going around. You got to remember what Revelation is. There's a brother that was in the class. He was telling me about some dreams that he was having. And I'm telling the brother, like, this is exactly the book of Revelations. It's a vision. Remember where John was at? Where was John at when he started having this vision?
The Patmos.
He on the island. He on the island seeing all of this. He's seeing thrones and lambs and New Jerusalem coming out of heaven, and gold street cities and vows and dragons and everything, right? So if you go to verse 6, it'll go. So here's what you got to understand. It's all symbolic, similar to the book of Daniel. You'll see something happening, and then you'll need a breakdown for it. Now, me personally, most of this stuff that I remember, but it's certain things that I don't always remember. So I'm going to just preface this by saying that I'll go into it. Start at verse 6.
Another one comes, sir. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 8 and verse 6. And the 7 angels, which had the 7 trumpets, prepared themselves to sound. Verse 7. The first angel sounded, and there followed hail and fire mingled with blood. And they were cast upon the earth, and the third part of the trees was burnt up, and all green grass was burnt up.
So these angels, right? They are waiting to let loose the Lord's wrath on the earth, right? Now, how much detail we can get into, I'm not sure, but here's what I am sure about: this first one that sound, that there's fire raining from heaven, right? We know that in the Isupk as what? That was you, the one, y'all. That's your question.
It's lucky, sir. I didn't catch that.
Fire raining from the sky. Fire raining from the sky. What is that?
Would that be the Lord's return?
Somebody want to help the brother out? Raining fire from the sky. What is that?
Slug, is that
Go ahead,
curse
Yeshaya.
from below? Slug, is that the curse from
Come on
below?
now, remember he on the island of Patmos. This is about 1900 years ago.
Slacky, sir.
The first trumpet sounds, and there follow hail and fire mingled with blood, and they were cast upon the earth. So there's fire coming out of the sky. This is what we waiting on, y'all.
Slacky, sir.
Slacky, other one.
All right. Yeah, go ahead.
If I could, is this where we, as we pray for these things to come, is this the prayers of the saints?
Yeah, but this fire coming out of the sky, right? What you would know that as now is missiles.
Come on.
Anybody ever seen that? I got to show y'all. This stuff coming out of the sky burns up the part of the earth, and all the grass and trees and everything is burnt up. Similar to how you see in California now, except this is spread from fire coming out of the sky, not fire being lit on the ground. All right? And then the second angel comes. Now it's his turn to release more wrath upon the earth. Keep going.
Go. And the second angel sounded, and as it were, a great mountain burning with fire was cast into the sea, and the third part of the sea became blood.
So now the first time this happens, everything on the earth is burnt up, like the trees, the grass, the flower. Ain't none of that no more. It's just fire. I wish I could show y'all this video I saw where there's it's a white lady in a car, and she's looking all around her, and she got to go through the tunnel. And when she come through the tunnel, it ain't nothing but fire everywhere you could look. She praying the whole time. I hope she was praying to a white God. Anyways, right. Right here, when the second angel sound, then a great mountain burning with fire is cast into the sea. So the things on the earth die first, and the things above war up under die in this one in verse 8. Right? Read verse 9, it'll tell you that.
Gonna come, verse 9. And the third part of the creatures which
Still
were
got
in
it.
yes, sir. And the third part of the creatures which were in the sea and had life died.
Good.
And the third part of the ships were destroyed.
You see that right there? And a third part of the creatures in the sea, which were in the sea and had life, died. So you got millions of fish. A third of them gone, right? A third part of all the ships that's in the sea are destroyed. Y'all know they got boats out there with missiles on them, right? Ready to get it on.
Okay.
They ain't just about to kill up each other. They also gonna kill the stuff that lives in the water too.
Okay. Slug it.
You understand?
Come.
This is talking about war. This is getting it on. These things are going to happen on the earth. The details about them, I would let a brother more seasoned than myself go into. Like, for instance, the wormwood. I had that breakdown before, but I don't have that right now. The star called wormwood. Somebody asked me that question in this class, and I went and got them the answer. Go, whoever said Salaki.
Just the other day, I saw something on, I think it was YouTube, maybe 2 weeks ago, about when they tested when they tested the nuclear bombs, and they tested it, I think it was one on top of the water and one under the water, and the one that went under the water wiped out all the marine life, all anything that was there, and wiped out all the boats that was close to it. So come on, Cons. I understand now.
Yeah. That listen what I'm telling you. Your oppressor was blessed with the sword. He don't know how to do nothing except kill. Everything else he learned from other people. How to make buildings and build society and grass. Why you think right now he pretending like this is a Christian nation? Because if it was up to him, it'll be lawless, and no society survives like that. He needs your rules. Thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not kill. He need them in order to keep order and peace. Else everybody would be murdering and killing all over the world. Y'all understand, right?
Come.
It's crazy. All right, any other questions?
Come, sir.
Go ahead. Hold on, let me see if anybody else got any questions.
All right.
Anybody else got any questions? Yep, go ahead.
Come, sir. If I could get I just wanted to know how to, if I could get a breakdown on Matthew 6 verse 19 to 21. I don't know.
Chapter 6.
Matthew chapter 6, verse 19
to 21. Come on.
Let's get there. Matthew chapter 6. What's your question about it?
I just wanted to know how to break it down.
All right. You said verse 21, right?
From 19 to 21. I don't know.
All right. Let's start at verse 19. Let's go. Can I get Any troopers in the bill? Let me look. Trooper Halak, you there? He might can't read. Trooper Mashah, you there? Oh, I got a terrible delay.
Sir.
Can you read that for me?
No, that was my fault. Salakia said that was my fault. I was on mute.
Nah, go ahead.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 19. Lay not up yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal.
All right, so this saying, right? Lay not for yourselves treasures upon earth. Now, this is not telling you that you can't have no money or you gotta be broke. That's not what this means. But what this is talking about is what's important to you. What's important to people becomes, how do I get this money? Gucci this, Philly. What do you say? Gucci this, Fendi that. I gotta. Let me see. I got all kind of this and I got all kind of that, and I got a big mansion and a house on the hills and all of this, right? All of them dudes that went and bought these big mansions out in LA. Guess what's on fire right now? You want to go out there and stay with them people. Guess what's on fire right now? Right. What this is telling you is we want things that's tangible. We was taught about in the church that God, what it is, gain is godliness. Look at Pastor. He got that nice suit. He got the nice car. He got the pretty woman. He got the this. He got the that, right? Everything that your oppressor has, you looked up and you wanted. And you will get so caught up into that you'll forget about serving your power. You'll forget about your people, the Lord's people. You won't do nothing for nothing but chase after these lusts and these desires that you've seen. What it says, the lust of your eyes, the lust of your flesh, and your pride will overcome you. This is Christ. This is written in red. I don't know. I'm looking at it on the blue letter. It's written in red, right?
Come.
Treasures upon the earth, right? All of this stuff can be corrupted. You can have all the Gucci belt and the Versace and all of this other stuff, and moth and all of that can get. A woman can pour bleach on it. They can set it on fire, or thieves can break through and steal it. This is what happens to everything that you can get now. They can tap into your bank account and wipe you right now while you in class. I'm on your card. You ain't got no money in your pocket. If you do, if the house catch on fire, the money will too. There's no way around it. That's not what you should be doing. Go ahead to verse 6.
Verse 20. Verse 20. But lay up yourselves. Verse 20, sir.
Yep.
But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal.
Right. So look, this is what you got to do. Think about rulership. Focus on that. Think about serving the Most High and serving up under our King Yahweh Shah. How wonderful it would be to not have to serve another nation, to not have to wake up and go and serve another nation in order for you to survive, but to be able to serve our King and the Most High. That's what it says in Luke chapter 1, right? Somebody get me that. That's what you need. Luke chapter 1 right here. I think it's verse 60. Hold on. Because I don't think they really teach this part of the Bible. You start talking about rulership, they start acting like they getting spooky or something, like they don't want black people to rule. Like they want to be up under the oppressor forever. Somebody give me verse 68 real quick. And then we're going to go right back to Matthew 6.
Kind of walk on, sir.
It's like, yeah,
can I get a Yabashim Shabakatah? What's going on, Officer Kaz?
Twa, Badawam, Twa. It's like we're being tardy.
It's all right. Let me see. Halak, you there? Akaj, you got it?
It's like what verse we're looking for, sir?
Luke 1:68. Masha, stay right there where you at, Matthew.
Sir. Luke 1:68.
Yeah, come on with it.
This is Luke 1:68. Blessed be of the Most High God of Israel, for he has visited and redeemed his people.
Keep going.
Verse 69, and has raised up the horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David. Verse 70, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began. 70 verse 71, that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us. 72, to perform the mercy promises. It's like to perform a mercy's promise
to our
down fathers.
To 74.
Verse 72, to perform the mercy promised to our fathers and to remember his holy covenant. Verse 73, the oath which he swore to our father Abraham. Verse 74, that he would grant unto us that we, being delivered out of the hand of our enemies, might serve him without fear.
All right, so this is what we're talking about. If anybody asks me, they asking me, what's the gospel of Jesus Christ? I'm going here. It's the gospel to me. Blessed be the Lord God of Israel. Of who? Of Israel. Of who? Of Israel, not the God of everybody. For he has visited and redeemed his people. Who? His people. I'm giving y'all the one West. This is how it sound on the podium. And it has raised up a horn of salvation for us. For who? For us. In the house of his servant David. This is in the New Testament. This is in the Gospel of Luke. Why is it talking about the God of Israel and redeeming his people and salvation for us in the house of his servant David? Why is it talking about David? As he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began. What did he speak through the mouth of his holy prophets? Verse 71, that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us. This is what this thing is all about. People be acting like Christ ain't say he was going to be ruling over everything. What do they think about the kingdom and about rulership when Christ is saying every knee? The Bible say every knee going to bow to Yahushua. What they think that means? Ain't no equality in that. Every knee going to bow. So just imagine when you say, oh, the Chinese people and the can they all come? Every knee gonna bow to the Most High. And guess what? Christ said in the Bible, I am not sent but to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So you know, right here, right, it's saying the same thing. Blessed be the Lord God who have visited and redeemed his people. Anyways, that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hands of those that hate us, to perform the mercy promised to our fathers. Who is our fathers? You got to go back to the Tanakh. You got to go to the Old Testament. There was promises made to Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, David, right? And to remember his holy covenant, the oath which he swore to our father Abraham. That's one of them, that he would grant us that we, being delivered out of the hand of our enemies, might serve him without fear. Now, I read all that to get here. That we might be able to serve him without fear and not have to serve our enemies. Let's go back to Matthew chapter 6. He's telling you, if you chasing after the bag, like your oppressor teaches you, you're going to forget that there is somebody in control of the bag. Y'all know Satan offered to give Christ the bag.
Come.
Y'all know that in Matthew chapter 4?
Come.
He said, all you bow to me, I will give you all the kingdoms of the earth. The Bible say the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. So Satan had the opportunity to give it to him. Christ didn't have to die for you. He could have got it from Satan and still been ruling over the earth. I know. Take your time with that one. Anyways, you laying up treasures on earth that can be taken away from you. These people can steal. Things that can be destroyed. Instead, you should lay up for yourself treasures in rulership, in authority, in power, in might, in the kingdom of God. That's what it's talking about. Because can't no moth come in and corrupt that. Can't no thief steal that from you. This is verse 21. Read it, Masha, if you could, Baba Kasha.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 21. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.
So where your treasure is, where you find value in something, that's where your mind will be. Your heart in the Bible is your mind. It's not that thing that pumps blood in your chest. For where your treasure is, the thing that you deem to be valuable, that's what you're gonna work on. That's what you're gonna put effort towards. We talk about this all the time. There's plenty of brothers that want to serve in this truth, but they got to go to work in the morning. They got to pay them bills. Got a family to feed. Yeah, they got to do that. Well, what Luke 1 was saying is that Christ came that we may be from up under our enemies, that we won't have to serve money, serve another nation, serve our oppressor in order to survive. We'll be able to serve him without fear, is what it says. So focus in on what's important to you. Because if it's chasing the bag, then you won't be chasing rulership and authority in a kingdom that the Lord already promised your fathers that you would get. Everybody understand?
Come.
Sir.
All right. Did I answer your question, Yeshaya? Hey, Most High in Christ. Any other questions? Let's go. No other questions?
Slack, sir, I got a question.
Go ahead, Yeshaya.
Book of Genesis. The book of Genesis, chapter 3 and verse 19. I'm sorry, verse 21.
Thought you was about to pull a Nwanyala. The book of Revelations.
I said
I'm
Revelation.
not allowed to go into Revelations. Y'all keep taking me to Revelations, I'm going to lose my rank.
No, you got
Genesis is I gotta get all them notes, man. We got. Hey, you got Captain Shaw a book over there, don't you? Yeah, I'm coming down this weekend. Y'all meet me. Y'all meet me at the school on Saturday. Everybody is invited. All right. Go ahead, Nishak, what you say? Genesis what?
Chapter 3 and verse 21. So I just wanted to break down.
One of my favorite verses in the Bible is in Genesis chapter 3. It's verse 16. So that's where we're gonna start at. And then we'll go down to 21. One of y'all brothers want to read it for the shop? Anybody have it read?
I got you.
I'll read it.
Just read. Go ahead, Akai.
So this is Genesis 3 and verse 16.
Go ahead, Akai say you want to read it.
Yeah.
I can read it.
Oh, go ahead, Warrior. Go ahead, knock yourself out. Go ahead, brother.
Come on, Counsel. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 3, verse 6.
Hey, Yeshai is a bully.
I'd rather get that zeal, sir. You ready to get it in, sir?
I understand. I get it. Go ahead.
This is the book of Genesis.
Go ahead. You got it out.
Come on, Counsel. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 3, verse 16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desires shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee.
This is why I came here. This is Genesis. This is the front of the book, and the Lord has already established marriage and rank and structure in your household.
Yes, sir.
Right? Because if you allow Eve to do whatever she want to do, she will destroy you and the entire family. Not because she's wicked. Not because she's wicked. It's because it ain't her job to protect the damn family. It's yours, nigga.
Right.
Do it.
Right.
It is your job.
Right.
On all these wives, you better protect these wives. That's what you better do. You better teach them. You better not let them run, or both of y'all gonna be following in the serpent. Both of y'all gonna be trying to cover up under these other nations, sinning against God. Right here for her own protection. This ain't so you could beat your chest and say, I'm the man. I'm the man. Give me the big piece of chicken.
Right.
That's not what this is all about, Al. That's not what this is all about. Y'all do know the men over me serve me, right?
Right.
I gotta go into that.
Okay.
Men above me serve me.
Right.
The captain can be sitting with his wife, and I got him. It becomes his problem. Y'all ever call General Mahaiman? Y'all know how he answered his phone? How can I help you?
Right.
That's how he answers his phone. Now, in my little head, I think I serve him. He's the general. The reality is, I need him.
That's right.
He serves me. I need a breakdown. I need counseling. I need all of this. This is why I say, sir, yes, sir, to the men above me. They're my protection when I don't know what the hell to do to serve the Lord. That's how this works. Well, it starts that way in your family. It starts that way in the family. And her desire shall be to her husband, and he shall rule over her. Why? Because he's supposed to give a damn about her. He's supposed to protect her. He ain't ruling over her just because he's bigger and stronger than her. That's not the point. You're ruling over her because you supposed to be the head. Y'all understand, right? All right, I can get off here. I just had to go there. We can't go through Genesis chapter 3 and not stop by there. Yeah, skirt right there. Let's stop right there. Now, go ahead to verse 17. Verse 17.
Khan, verse 17. And unto Adam he said, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thine wife, and hast eaten of the tree of which I commanded thee, saying, thou shalt not eat thou shalt not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for thy sake. In sorrow shalt thou eat of it. In sorrow shalt thou eat of it all the days of thy life.
Hey, stop right there, Yeshaya. Right? And he said unto Adam, because thou hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree which I commanded thee, saying, thou shalt not eat of it. Why was Adam cursed?
Slakia.
Why was Adam cursed? Go ahead.
Slakia, because Adam, he basically felt weak, and it was his responsibility to guide Eve and not let her guide him.
Read it in verse 17 one more time. Why was Adam punished? It says it right there.
Khan, verse 17. And unto Adam he said, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife.
Because what? Because
thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife.
Right. There it is right there. Adam was punished because instead of listening to the Most High, he listened to his woman. Now, I ain't gonna even add nothing to that. I'm gonna just let that sit there for a minute.
Right.
He listened to his woman instead of listening to the Most High. Anyways, what verse you wanted to go to Nishak? 21?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go to 21.
You want me to skip out one?
21.
Verse 21. Unto Adam also, and to his wife did the Lord make coats of skin and clothe them.
Keep going.
Khan, verse 22. And the Lord said, behold, the man is become as one of us, to know good and evil. And now, lest he put forth his hand and take also of the tree of life and eat and live forever.
Hey, so in verse 21 it says, and unto Adam also, because it says Eve was called the mother of all living, right? These were the only people in the truth. Nobody else had the truth but Adam. Now they sinned. Unto Adam also, who was the father of all living, because nobody else had life, the breath of life breathed into them. And his wife did the Most High make coats of skin, and he clothed them. This ain't literally talking about clothes.
Right.
This is a covering that the Most High put over Adam and Eve to protect them from making the same mistake until he can get them out of the garden, because they gotta die, right? So if you read in verse 21, and the Most High, God said, behold, the man has become one of us to know good of evil, lest he put forth his hand and take also of the tree of life and eat and live forever, right? That's what he was supposed to do, but he didn't. He didn't. You cannot partake in the tree of life, which is the law, statutes, and commandments, the rules that the Lord set out for you to live by, and the tree of the other nations, their ways at the same time. You got to choose one. You can't be a man of God and be a man that follows the other nations. Adam needed to be protected from the other nations. Now he got to go out of the garden, though. He can't stay there unless he put forth his hand and take from the tree of life and eat and live forever. He gonna think it's okay for him to go against the Most High, that he can do it over and over again. That's what they teaching you in the church.
Correct.
Right? So I can continue to see it over and over again. They think they're going to be able to eat from the tree of life and off the tree of the other nations that the Lord said you cannot partake to at the same time. And from the beginning, that's been the fight. That's how you know, and I read Hebrews 5 and 12, a time when you ought to be teaching you how to need one to teach you again, is completely the opposite of what they told you. They told you Jesus died so you could sin. He died for your sins and all is going to be forgiven. And that ain't what the Bible say. It does say the sins that you committed before will be forgiven. It don't say the sin you finna go commit tomorrow will be forgiven. Everybody understand? So they had to be protected from making that same mistake. The coats of skin that he clothed them with. It's a certain way that we break it down, Nishak. I have to go get the actual word that General Muhammad used when he broke it down to me. I can't remember it off the top of my head. If any of y'all remember it, but he called the coats of skin, he gave an example, and I can't remember it. Yeah, go ahead.
I believe he said he basically dressed them in their coat.
You said what?
I think it was around.
You said he dressed them in their coat,
in their coat, in their culture.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's it right there. I forgot, but I still don't remember how he said it. So like basically, they were trying to take on this fruit from this other tree that they were never supposed to even engage in. Right now, they know evil as well. So the Most High dressed them in their culture to make sure that they didn't partake in that anymore, and then move them from out of there so that they didn't touch the. They were not able to partake in the garden anymore, basically. And he put a cherubim outside to make sure that nobody was ever able to get back into that. So you got kicked out the land is really what happened. But you get to take your culture with you, though. You get it?
Yes, sir. I got it.
You get kicked out the land. You're going to die, but you got to you get to take your culture with you. You get to teach that to your children. Now your everlasting life is coming through Seth. I wanted to say Cain and Abel, but that ain't happened. Seth. Now it goes down your lineage. That's why lineage became important. Because right after this, you'll see if you go to the next chapter. Oh, another thing, when y'all reading inside in the class, right? What y'all don't have to do. What you don't have to do is say like when we read in chapter, you say Genesis chapter 3, verse 20, and then you read verse 20 and say verse 21. And then you read verse 21. Say verse 22. You don't have to say the verse reading it, you know what I'm saying, as if those not even there. They just there as markers where we're going to start at and where we'll finish. Go ahead.
Would a precept be for the coats of skin, Ezekiel 37? With
you talking about where he put the skin back on them? The dry bones? I believe that is a precept for it. We can go to it right after this. But Nashak, putting back on their culture and being able to teach it to the sons, right? If you go right there to Genesis 4 and 1, right after this happened, once they fell, right? He covers them with their culture, gets them up out of there, and then right now, you start seeing the sons.
Yes, sir.
Right after that.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Come on. Yes, sir.
I'm sure if you ask this question, and I can do it on Thursday, you'll get a much better explanation for it, because I didn't even remember that part about the culture, the Water Gaba War, but I do now. It was like escaping me how he said it, but I know what he was talking about. Go ahead, Akaz, you got it.
Yeah, it's like that on in that verse 22, when it says in the Most High, Yahweh said, "Behold, the man is become as one of us, to know good and evil." When it says "become one of us," man is became one of us. Who is that referring to? The us? Is that the Yahweh and the angels, or who's us referring to?
Yeah, this is when it's talking about us. That word Elohim, right? It just means powers, rulers, authority, right? So now Adam was actually given authority on the earth and dominion, right? Because remember, they was told to subdue the earth and all of this before Adam was even there in Genesis 1:26. That was the only law that was given. Be fruitful, multiply. So you just got people, if you will, this is not, I never heard nobody else break it down like this, but this is the way that I can explain what was going on prior to Adam. Caveman, ooga booga, run around, kill it, eat it, have sex with it,
right?
Whatever you wanted to do. Adam given the breath of life. No, you can't eat that. No, you can't go there. No, you can't do that. No, you can't do this. This is what I need you to do, Adam. Map the stars. Name the animals. Adam had work from the Most High. Right? And as long as you do this work, you can stay here in the garden. Just do what I'm telling you to do. This is a preface for the children of Israel. So when it says man has become like one of us, that's the Most High talking to the angels, meaning now he's an authority, he's a power, right? But he understands, and he's going to have to understand about obedience and disobedience. See, the Most High understands that. The angels understand that because they can't disobey. Now they all seeing that this creation of the Most High disobeys the Most High, and what's going to happen to him when he do? Punishment.
Right.
He's become us to know good and evil. Oh, all he knew was blessings of the Most High. He was taken from among the people, given the breath of life, placed in the garden. Everything was for him. Everything was under his authority. Now you get to see the other side of the pillow. Now you get to see what happens when you disobey the Most High, right? When all you had to do was put forth your hand and take the tree of life, and you will eat and live forever. Now you no longer get to do that.
Right.
Right? These powers know the wrath of God. This is the angels that are working on behalf of the Most High, speaking in verse 22, just like it is in verse 26 in Genesis 1. Right?
So it's like so it's safe to say
guess
that.
What? It's angels. Go ahead.
So it's safe to say that that man has become as one of us is like the powers on earth as far as knowing the good and evil. So he's become an authority on the earth to let everyone else know the laws and statutes of the Most High God. Is that correct?
Say it again. Let me hear it again.
So when it says, "Behold, the man has become as one of us," which means is that he's become the power and the authority on earth because he's been given the law, statutes, commandments, so he knows how to teach everyone else the law, statutes, commandments. So he's kind of like the authority on earth. Is that what it's referring to?
That's only part of it, Akaz. The other part of it is some of those angels work for the wrath of the Most High. All of those angels ain't. So we think when we hear angels, they all do good and you know what I'm saying? But there are angels that were created for the Lord's vengeance on the earth too. Now he gets to experience that as well.
Right.
Now he gotta do something different. Somebody give me Ecclesiasticus 39:28 real quick. You could get it, Akaz.
Said Ecclesiasticus.
39 and 28.
That's so big.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes 29 and 38. It's like you said, you said Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, correct?
Correct.
29 and 38?
39, 28.
Oh, 39, 28.
39, 28.
All right.
You got it?
29 and 38.
Hurry up, your shit gonna take it from you.
It's like it, sir. It only goes to, I mean, I got it from, it only goes to 35.
Oh, really?
You're saying Ecclesiastes 39 and 28. Okay, 28. Verse 28. It says, there be spirits that are created for the vengeance, which is their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them.
Stop right there. These spirits were created for the other side. What Adam was experiencing in the Garden of Eden is everything was prepared for him. There was no enemies for him to fight. There was no death, murder. There was none of that because everything was obey the Most High and he gives it to you. If you go to Deuteronomy 28 and read 1 through 15, which you never read, that's what was supposed to be given to the chosen people of God. Well, Adam was the first chosen person of God, right? The first of the living. He was never supposed to experience Deuteronomy 28, 16 on down, just like we wasn't never supposed to experience it. But now, since you want to be fast, you want to be hard-headed, you want to be grown, now you get to experience the other part. You're going to see the other side of the Lord.
It's tough.
You see the other side. You see the other angels. They're spirits that are created for vengeance. When you piss the Lord off, which in their fury they lay on sore strokes. In time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Who is him that made them?
Slaki, sir.
Go ahead.
The Most High, sir.
The Most High. The us is these spirits and the other spirits that was for good and protecting him and making sure he had everything he need and he had to want for nothing. There's that side. But now you become like that. You see the angels know that it's another side of it already.
Right.
They work on behalf of the Most High. They already know that some of them are sent to kill you. Y'all know that, right? Y'all know in the book of Psalms, he said he will send evil angels among you. Y'all familiar with that? Anybody not? Say something now. We can go to it. All right?
So like, can I continue reading on verse 29?
Yeah, let's go.
It says, verse 29, it says, fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance.
Keep going.
Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. They shall rejoice in his they shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is.
Wow.
And when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word.
So these angels are killing stuff. They killing stuff, and they're not going against the Most High. They're doing what he wants them to do. You ever thought, you know what I'm saying, when somebody was going through all kinds of hell, that it was the devil dealing with them? Well, the devil works for the Most High. These spirits that were created for the Lord's vengeance and his wrath upon the earth, now Adam gets to know them. He only was supposed to know one side. the angels that prepare you and protect you and guide you and lead you and feed you and all of this. But there's other ones like fire and hail and famine. Ain't no way in the world this man would have starved to death would have starved to death in the garden. He in a garden.
Right.
Nobody's dying in there. Now he get to see the other side. And right after that, when you flip the page to Genesis chapter 4, one of his sons kills the other one.
Right.
He get to see that side of it now. The teeth of wild beasts and scorpions and serpents and swords, all of this different stuff. This is what he gets to know. So this is speaking of the angels, right? But there are angels that are there for good, and there are angels that are there for the Lord's wrath and his destruction. Now he's gonna know both of them. All right.
Go
ahead, Gabor.
Can we use verse 29? Can we use verse 29 to teach, and not only teach, but tell people like, okay, people be claiming that the fires in California is somebody started it with a lighter and a mattress. They light some gas up to create these fires. But right here it says that these be the spirits that are created for vengeance, and to go down in verse 29 it says fire.
Absolutely. I mean, what we talking about? When the bombs start dropping, right? When the bombs start dropping, they're gonna think that it's hell. But you gonna know, because you understand the prophets and the things that were taught to you about this Bible, that this will lead to your redemption. This will lead to you getting from up under this oppression. It ain't no way we don't got no bombs to drop on our oppressors. Somebody else got to do it.
Right.
We don't have no army to fight our oppressors. Somebody else gonna do it. This is what Yahushua was teaching the whole time. I say this all the time. When you go in Acts chapter 1, after they murdered Yahushua, he came back to life. He was resurrected by the Most High. He came and presented himself to his disciples, and the first thing they asked him, "Oh, there you go. He back. Are you now going to go and usher in the kingdom? Is now the time? You untouchable. We saw what they did to you. You sitting in front of our face. Is you ready to go now and to fight this fight and to get our kingdom back from up under the Romans?" What they don't know is that Yahushua had been showing them how to do that his entire life by telling them, repent, for the kingdom is at hand. That's how you do that. That's how you beat your oppressor. General Yohanan said it, in the times of this, your greatest weapon is going to be your character. Your greatest weapon is going to be, I can't think of the word he said. But it's you and your righteousness, your behavior, your discipline. These are the things that get the kingdom back. I know you at the gun range. I know you doing 1,000 push-ups and you running miles. I know you training for Hebrew Academy. If you go through and learn the Yad Karab and you can shoot all the way 5 miles away, shoot somebody 5 miles away and all of that. Israel ain't in oppressed because we can't fight. It's because of our disobedience. The Lord's wrath is upon Israel. We've been the ones that's been getting the teeth of wild beasts and scorpions and serpents, punishing the wicked. We the ones, right? Been seeing the other side. That's why they seeing servants on horses and princes on the ground. It's supposed to be the other way around.
Right.
Everybody understand, right?
Come.
Who else had a question? Somebody else had a question. Nobody? Go ahead.
I just wanted to know when and it was the same chapter. It was in 2 Kings chapter 17, where where what's his name? The king of Assyria, when he brought the heathens into Samaria, right? And they
Yeah.
started to and they had to start learning the ways of the land to please the Most High, because they were, they were getting killed by the beasts. Could you say that those were like the first Jewish people?
Yeah. I don't know of nobody else doing that before then. Right? So
Come.
when the Assyrian, the king is in verse 24, right? You talking about verse 24, right?
Come.
Go ahead and read verse 24.
Come. This is the book of 2 Kings, chapter 17, verse 24. And the king of Assyria brought men from Babylon and from Kutta.
Let's go ahead and
And
go up a little bit. Go up a little
where
bit.
you want 22?
Go to verse 7. Go to 16. Go to 16 and just ride through it a little bit, and then I'll come back and break it all down.
Come, sir. This is the book of 2 Kings,
20,
chapter
16.
Come. This is book of 2 Kings, chapter 17, chapter 17, verse 16. And they left the commandments of the Lord their God, and made molten images, even to calves, and made a grove to worship all the host of heaven and serve Baal. Verse 17. And they could
You still do
Slug it.
Go ahead, no sweat.
Slug it. And they caused their sons and their daughters to pass through the fire, and used divination and enchantments, and sold themselves to evil in the sight of the Lord, to provoke him to anger. Therefore the Lord was very angry with Israel, and removed them out of his sight. There was none left but the tribe of Judah only. Come.
Keep going.
Also Judah kept not the commandments of the Slaki. I'm at 19. I don't want.
All right, go ahead.
Come on, sir. Also Judah kept not the commandments of the Lord their God, but walked in the statutes of Israel which they made.
Y'all see that?
And
right?
the Lord, come on. And the Lord rejected all the seed of Israel, and afflicted them, and delivered them into the hands of the spoilers, until he had cast them out of his sight.
Yeah, let's start there. So they left the commandments of the Most High. They made these images. They worshiped these deities, these idols, the calves, the groves, all of the host of heaven. When it says the host of heaven, this is an army of idols that they got, right? Israel was known for doing it. You got to remember, all of the other nations are older than Israel. So all of them had their God. You got all these Canaanite deities. You got all these Egyptian deities. You got all these other nations that already existed and were worshiping whatever God they was worshiping before the Lord revealed himself to the children of Israel. So now the children of Israel, from one section, one separating, right, all the way down. What you mean? Abraham had parents. He was told to leave his parents. I need you to separate, and I'm gonna make you a father of many nations, or he gonna make Sarah the mother of many nations. Let's start over with Abraham, right? So all the gods that Abraham daddy had, he had to leave them. Now you get to Israel, you know how many different captivities we've been into? Well, every one of them captivities, every one of these people had multiple gods, multiple deities, multiple idols, all of them. So here they is, when they got their own land, still worshiping a damn calf that was in Egypt. They going all the way back there. They doing divination, enchantments. Y'all can look that up on your own time, but it sounds like something you don't need to be doing. Right. Provoking the Most High to anger. Remember what I just read about these in Ecclesiastes? Remember what we just read in Genesis chapter 3? It started with Adam. We did the exact same thing. The Lord gave us, we'll live forever. We'll be forever on the Lord's good side. He gonna make sure to take care of us. We ain't got to want for nothing, but instead we chose violence. We woke up and chose violence. Now we get kicked out the land. Sound familiar? That's Adam. We get kicked out the land. Now other nations are able to come in, and now we got to witness death and famine and all of these other things we were never supposed to have. That's what's going on here. Therefore, the Lord was angry with Israel and removed them out of his sight. There was none left but the tribe of Judah only. Oh, the shot. We good. We good. There was none left but the tribe of Judah. Judah was good, right?
We made it.
Verse 19. And nigga, we made it. And Judah kept not the commandments of the Lord their God. Walked in the statutes at Israel. They did the same thing Israel did, which they made. Right. And the Lord rejected all the seed of Israel and afflicted them. Remember that affliction? Ecclesiastes we just read? It was affliction. He afflicted them and delivered them into the hand of spoilers. If you go in 2nd Ezra, I think it's 2nd Ezra, it talks about how the Lord was going to take the house that was meant for you and give it to people who ain't a people and let them chill in the house.
Right.
Whenever you battling some Christian about that's the only time they want to open up the Apocrypha. Well, that already happened. Lord already did that. They in our house right now.
Right.
But that ain't the end of the story.
Right.
Anyways, verse 21. For he rent Israel from the house of David and made Jeroboam the son of I'm reading it because I'm running out of time. The king, and Jeroboam drove Israel from following the Lord and made them sin a great sin. What verse you wanted? 22?
No.
24.
I was just gonna ask on 27 about was that the where we could say the first Jewish people were?
Oh, okay, I got you. All right, let me read verse 24. So, anyways, if you look at verse 23, it says, "To the Lord remove Israel out of his sight." Ain't no more Israel. And the king of Assyria brought men from Babylon and from Cuthah and from Ava and Hamath and Sepharvaim and placed them in the cities of Samaria instead of the children of Israel. And they possessed Samaria and dwelt in the cities thereof. I was just telling y'all this, right? He already told us about this. Dispersion would be their plight if they didn't. You can go back to Deuteronomy and Exodus. He already told it. Moses wrote a whole song about it. If you go into Leviticus chapter 26, I believe, it tells you when you in another land, how you come back to the Most High. Because he already knew you was going to be in another land, and the land that you was in going to enjoy the Sabbath while your ass ain't there. It says that in the Bible. It don't say your ass ain't there, but I say it like that. Anyways, verse 26. Wherefore they spake to the king of Israel, saying, the nations which thou have removed and placed in the cities of Samaria know not the manner of God in the land. Therefore he have lions among them. Behold, they slay them because they know not the manner of God of the land. The king of Assyria commanded, saying, carry thither one of the priests whom you brought from thence, and let him go and dwell there, and let him teach them the manner of God of the land. So the brother asking, is this the first like Jewish people, another nation of people who are attempting to learn the customs of the Jews, the real Jews, and living in the Jews' land? Yeah, absolutely, you can say that.
Wow.
And it went all the way down. I don't know if y'all know this, but some of the Pharisees were converts. All of the Pharisees wasn't real Jews. They started marrying in the Maccabees. You can go in the second book of Maccabees. I learned this from Thamayam. He pointed this out to me one time because I was a Christian and I thought that all of the Pharisees were real Jews. But they started marrying Edomites and bringing them in as the tribe of Judah and the tribe of Levi. What y'all think about that? Remember in Esther, they were doing the same thing. Hey, Nishak, I got about 2 minutes, all right? Pass it over to you. You can keep it going or whatever the case may be, all right? Yeah, so in Esther, they say they became Jews. You're like, how does somebody become Jew? They pretenders. They're not the real people. You understand? Yeah, these would be the same thing of what the Jewish people, the Lord moved Israel out the land and put some other people there. And until y'all get it right, until y'all come out of this sin and repent, like Christ said, you ain't going back home. The land that you spake, you ain't going to see it no more. That's what it say. All right? So with that, I'm going to pass the class over to priest and officer in the shock. Y'all make sure, hey, this weekend, right? Everybody going to be in West Palm Beach. Everybody going to be there. What somebody said, I forgot what a brother said. Oh, Family and Friends Day. It's like Family and Friends Day at the church. Bring your auntie. I want to meet your little cousin. Everybody, bring everybody. All right. We're gonna be down there. We're gonna get it in the spirit of brotherhood. I ain't seen some of y'all since Passover. And that's a damn shame. Gather thyselves together, O nation not desired. We got some new things we about to be doing in Florida. Know what I'm saying? The generals, the captains, everybody is watching. What are these boys about to do? We're going to show y'all. It's going to start Saturday, all right? So make sure you ain't out the loop. Come on down. We're going to have some food. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get together. I'm probably going to kick some of y'all to sleep in either dominoes or chess or dice or whatever y'all want to do. I can't play Madden, so I can't talk. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we also going to raise up Officer Garber Ward from a 50 to 500.
I'm sorry.
He is? He already been raised up?
He has not been raised up yet.
He already been raised up?
Yeah, he's raised up already, but not officially.
What the hell you just told him?
Come.
Yeah, he finna go to the strip club tonight. And you still gonna raise him up?
Come.
Hey, I gotta get out of here, man. Shalom, Lord Christ, Akim.
Shalom,
Shabbat. Shai, you got it.
Come on, Council. Slug, you were saying, Yeshai?
Yeah, go ahead and do the announcements.
All right, let's clap it up. ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, started out 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Hanna. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is a 6 months in which a brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, a brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, We find in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and in the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 to 10. In tenth in the Hebrew means ma'ashra, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury, give to the treasury department or teacher, priest fund, which is a free will offering to the priest. It is not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming a holy convocation is the Feast of Purim, the 14th and the 15th day of the 12th month, Thursday the 13th of March, and Friday the 14th of March 2025. You find it in the book of Esther, chapter 9, verse 20 and to 31. If anyone wants to become a trooper in the school, start wearing all black. Boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, we're going to say Amadia. Men Israel, Amadim Shabbat, Amadim, Barak, Yagimata. Saul turn and face to the sisters. Sisters stand. We're going to set up a courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Amadim Shabbat, Amadim, Barak, Yagimata. Class dismissed.
Yeah. You ready? Nah, I mean, is you ready? Somebody ready for war? Weezy. Lights is up. Wise man mad. They ready for war. Getting all blacks is a trooper. Plan, plot, strategize, crucial. Gotta pick a side, no neutral. In the middle of a war as usual. Watch your back, they shoot. If your ops drop, better keep it moving. All we do is win, no losing. In the middle of a war as usual. In the middle of a war as usual. In the middle of a war as usual. Plan, plot, strategize, crucial. In the middle of a war as usual.